Time now for Hawk Zone, sponsored by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
The Saints came marching in, and the Seahawks sent them marching right back home with a loss. Seattle delivered a commanding 44-13 win over New Orleans, leaving no doubt about who owned the field. Terry Holloman joins me in the Hawk Zone to break this one down. Woo! Ooh, I like it. I like the bird. All right, we're going to keep the bird.
Yes.
All right, so the Seahawks had been struggling at home for a while. You predicted to Kelly last week that they would turn it around against the Saints. Let's take a listen.
I think we have lost like 6 out of the last 7 games at home. So I think this week, Seattle fans, 12s, we're going to break that, okay? We're going to get our first home win of the season.
Okay,
I hate to say I told you so, Seattle, but.
You hate to say that?
Yeah, no, I love to say it. I really do.
I'm going to call you prophetic and sagacious.
Oh, like sagacious, a new word for me today. Yeah, look that up. Google that.
Look that one up. Okay, you mentioned the 12s, and they did show up. In fact, the crowd noise seemed to make a difference.
It absolutely did. And again, that's why they call us the 12s, the 12th man. We're the extra player on the field. We cause noise, we cause ruckus, we disrupt things. And we look at the game last weekend, the Saints had 11 penalties, and a lot of those were offensive penalties and penalties that were before the whistle. So again, that's our advantage, and 12 showed up.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys did, whether you had an extra shot in your espresso or maybe an extra shot in the Bloody Mary.
It helped.
You got to keep doing it. Yeah.
It's a big impact. And you know what else impacted the game? Special teams.
Oh, yes, definitely so. I mean, a lot of people, when they think about football, they don't understand that there are 3 equal powers that are involved with great football. That's offense. Offense needs to be offensive. Defense needs to be defensive. Special teams needs to be special. Very special. And they were special. Good job, Susie.
Thank you.
Yes,
Sagacious.
yes. Sagacious right here. But the special teams are very special, starting with our rookie wide receiver, Tory Horton. He had an incredible game, a 95-yard punt return, which, by the way, if you watched the game yesterday, you watched history. This is the longest punt return in Seattle Seahawks history, 95 yards. That was an incredible play. We had a blocked kick that actually put the Seahawks in great position to score. We had another great kickoff return. So special teams, as I said, were special. Yeah.
Love making history. Okay, when your team scores 44 points, that means your offense is cooking, obviously.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold had a fantastic game. JSN was listed as questionable, but he didn't play like he was sick.
No, he didn't. And I was a little concerned, too, because it did say he was sick up to the day before the game. He played. He was feeling a little under the weather. But I think sometimes when you get in those situations, you have these elite athletes and they show up and they're sick. They're more focused. It's like a Michael Jordan moment. Back in the day, Michael Jordan played a game with the flu, and it was one of his greatest games ever. So this is a memorable moment for Jackson Smith in Jigba.
I like that. Okay, you have a player of the game. Who is it?
I do. And we already talked about him, is the rookie wide receiver, Tory Horton. Incredible day, 95-yard punt return, which really set the tone for the Seahawks, really put the nail in the coffin for the New Orleans Saints. In the first quarter, it was 21 points, and then he also added on a 14-yard touchdown reception. This kid is going to be great. He was my player of the game. We could have had a couple of guys. I think JSN almost had 100 yards, again, which would have been his 3rd consecutive 100-yard game, but this kid is going places, so he's my guy.
You had to give it to the rookie. Can you imagine what a night he had afterwards? I can't even imagine. I hope he woke up this morning on time to get to practice. Yeah. I mean, how exciting for his family.
For sure.
Okay, the blowout really allowed the Seahawks to pull their starters early, which is helpful because they've got the short week in the game on Thursday. So what should we know about playing the Cardinals on Thursday?
Again, it's a short week. We want to keep guys healthy, get them ready. A lot of players don't like playing Thursday night games because it's a short week. But we have an opportunity to go down to Arizona, and we've had some good luck in Arizona down in the desert the last couple of times. So I think they're going to have a good outing this time. You look at the Arizona Cardinals last week, they coming off a disappointing loss to the San Francisco 49ers. They almost pulled it off. They lost their captain, their starting running back, a guy who's had 2 consecutive 1,000-yard games, years rushing in James Conner. So he'll be missing. They'll have to find a place to pick up that loss.
Tiny violins.
And we're kind of happy about it. And Kyler Murray's still there playing quarterback, so they got plenty of options. And Buda Baker, a local kid that's one of their superstars on defense.
All right, on any given Sunday
or
Thursday.
Absolutely.
Okay, Terry's take. What's your prediction for the week?
Oh, yeah, let's make another one since I'm always right? No, here's what I think. So you look at where the Seahawks are right now. We've had 3 games this season so far where the defense has held our opponents under 17 points. Do you know when the last time that happened?
I have no idea.
Good, I'm here to tell you. It is when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. And I don't want to jinx it, but that's the kind of trajectory this defense is on right now. Our defense has held every opponent to 17 points or fewer this year, and I think that trend continues down in the desert on Thursday. We are going to make a new record, 4 consecutive games.
Wow.
Under 17 points.
You're going there.
I went there. I'm not going. I already went. Y'all can come along with me.
Well, I mean, you are 2-0.
Yeah, speaking of coming along with me, I'm going to Arizona, so I'm going to be watching the game live in the stadium.
So exciting.
It's going to be 104 degrees. I'm going to be out there in mosquitoes.
Can we?
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Real quick, you want to talk Huskies?
Yeah, why not? Because they won the Apple Cup, didn't they? Sorry, Cougs. It's okay. Maybe they should go down to like a different division next year, maybe. You know? I'm just saying, for your own mental well-being. Go Dogs! And we got the #1 team in the country this weekend. Ohio State is coming to town, so be in Husky Stadium. Let's go.
I knew you'd have more to say about that.
Sorry.
And that's Speedo. All right.
I might show up at Husky Stadium.
Speaking of the heat, the heat is on at Muckleshoot Casino Resort in Auburn. Like live MMA takes over the event center this Saturday, September 27th. It's big hits and big energy on one big night. Don't miss the raw, unfiltered action. Grab your tickets today at muckleshootcasino.com.